Okay, we're going to go ahead and open up the meeting for our Resolutions and Ordinances Committee meeting for the topic of change to the ordinance for the marijuana. And open it up for public comment on this.
Change it to what?
Just what's in the packet here. So to change it to open it to 3 within a mile of the, isn't that right? Within a mile of the city, yeah. Instead of 2. Right now it's at 2. 3 locations. Yeah. What's that?
Do we need 3?
Well, that's what public comment's about.
I don't really, I mean.
You got it. Hold on a second. Did we? Yeah. So if you can come up and speak.
Oh, okay.
Can you just state your name for the record? And
Yeah, my name is Sergio Lopez, and I would think it would benefit the city a lot, you know, and especially in the revenue that it would bring for taxes, and not only that, but that money can be used for, like, the money that you guys make off of it, off the taxes, that would be used for, like, you know, the parks, you know, upgrading the parks or the roads or the city roads, you know, stuff that you guys don't get help with from the federal side, or, you know what I mean, on the county side. And not only that, but like the sidewalks, or, you know, it would help, you know, with that as well. And it would also help with in the community with the younger generation. You know, you can use that money for doing like the AAUs, you know, sponsoring, a lot of sponsorship that the kids need right now. There's no, like, really sponsors, you know what I mean? But that money could be used for sponsorship on a lot of that end too, you know? So I think it would be a good idea to bring it, you know? And it wouldn't really benefit the people for 3, you know what I mean? Because you already have 2, but I mean, what it would benefit more you guys in the end, you know what I mean? Because that, like I said, that revenue would be going in and staying in the city. It wouldn't be going out. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion.
Thank you for your comment.
How much tax revenue do you think that it would increase it by?
That would be something you would have to ask the professional over here about, you know. But
okay.
I think it would increase it up, you know, a good amount of percentage, you know.
To answer his question, it was $12,000 for the whole year. That's all that it created last year.
Yeah, but that was for the outside ones. You know, imagine the inside. I don't know if it
that's
changes
including those also.
Okay.
yeah, see, we're not going for anything directly in the city. It's still within a mile out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just outside of city. So it's, come on up. Thank you for your comment.
Thank you for your comment.
Does anybody here realize what our kids are doing? Do you know how bad it is for our younger kids in this town with the marijuana? It's bad. So do we want another one? They're getting it somehow already, so if we have another one, it's just going to get worse.
But they can't
Thank
buy
you.
it from there. They gotta be.
Somebody's got to get it for them, but then that's the way it is. The same with booze. They got to get booze. Somebody's got. But then if we have another, we don't need another dispensary. And you know, when I was in high school in Hardin, marijuana was just starting, and it was just leaves. I mean, it was pretty mild. Now it's pretty potent stuff. Mm-hmm. That's what I've been told. I never tried it, but so I don't think we need another.
Thank you, Corey.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Karina. I would just like to say, Ward 2, you guys are in my area, and me as a candidate and living in that Ward 2, I'm opposing for you guys to say no. No, because of the purpose is we have 2 here. We already voted for 2. We don't need any more in our community. We have enough with graffiti all over, alcoholics, everything else in our community. We don't need no more problems in here at all. We have what's going on. They're selling out at Blues. I don't know if that went through county commissioners or if that got approved through the tribal courts, but I remember when Silverleaf was trying to end up putting up their dispensary out there. It had to go before, and they had to get permission through the county commissioners.
The tribe.
And the tribe had to. I heard that they're selling mushrooms. I don't know if they're medicinal. I have no idea, but they're selling out there. That's gotten past us. and they're selling out there right now with that different stuff. I think that needs to be checked up on through state, everything else, to make sure that they're abiding by all the state rules and regulations as well. And personally, we do not need any more. We got enough here. 2 is good enough for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Ramsey. Council, good to see you guys again. I got a little bit of information here. Sorry I didn't put enough out for everybody, but if you want one, you guys can take a look. I actually didn't print the piece of information I wanted to show you guys, but I can explain it to you. I'll explain why we need a 3rd dispensary. When you mentioned to me the tax dollars is only $12,000, I couldn't believe it. So I looked into it a little bit. And the county has a 3% local tax option. With that 3% tax, because there's no dispensaries within Hardin city limits, and because I don't believe Hardin has a 3% tax code on the ordinance as well, so I would like to add that as one of the amendments, would be a 3% local tax option added. So I dug into it. The 3% tax that the county gets, 50% of that tax, of that 3%, the county keeps. 5% of that 3% goes back to the state. 45% of that 3% goes to the municipalities within Hardin. And there's 3 municipalities, within Bighorn County. That's Hardin, Crow, and Lodge Grass. So Hardin, Crow, and Lodge Grass are sharing 45% of the 3% tax. That comes out to 15% of the 3% tax. That comes out to 0.45% tax because there is not a dispensary in Hardin city limits and because there is not a 3% tax on the cannabis ordinance. If the city would allow these amendments to pass, it would allow dispensary to the Hardin city limits. Last year in Bighorn County, there's only 2 dispensaries in Bighorn County, 312 and Bloom, both within a mile of Hardin city limits. Those 2 dispensaries created 5.4 million in cannabis sales last year. Hardin got 0.45% of that because they're both outside of Hardin city limits. If we allowed a 3rd dispensary and it was within Hardin city limits, and say they got a 1/3 of that, which would be 1.8 million, that would come out to roughly $60,000 tax revenue to the city of Hardin. On top of creating more jobs, on top of bringing in more tourism, which we're trying to use grants to bring in more people in. More people stop along the highway, come into town, stop at all of our businesses. And these dispensaries are the most regulated businesses in the state. They allow sales between 9 a.m. and 8 p.m. Everything is monitored. Every transaction is recorded. Around the premises, everything is recorded. Nobody is allowed to use any product on the property. Not the employees, not the medical patients, nobody. So that would bring in extra cameras, extra security to wherever this dispensary is located. And we have a lot of traffic coming in outside of town. It could open up stuff on the other side of the exit. There's no schools over there. There's no parks over there. There's nothing over there but bars and casinos and gas stations. No matter who owns the property, that's what's over there is bars, casinos, and gas stations. And I think allowing another dispensary in the town would add a considerable amount of tax revenue, would bring more tourism into the state, into the city, and would give the people a safer option, would create competition between the dispensaries in the area. These 2 dispensaries that are outside city limits, both of them have gravel parking lots. Both of them serve medical patients. How do you think it is getting out in a wheelchair in a gravel parking lot and trying to scoot yourself into the door? It's unprofessional, it's hard, and it's a disservice to the community and the people coming into our stores. So with that, I would like to ask you guys to pass these amendments.
Thanks for your comment.
Mayor, can I add something on that?
Yes.
For the committee's benefit, I don't have a position on this one way or the other, but I just want to be clear on the law. The 3% is something set by statute, and we cannot, whether it's in city limits or not, change that. So tax revenue also is not dependent on whether it's in the city limits or outside the city limits.
Yeah.
And so that 3% is to the county. And that carve out won't change whether it's the city limits or in the county.
Okay.
That's the way I
Thanks,
understand it.
sir. Just a second. All right. But we don't want to have a long debate here, you know, we want to
I'm
get.
sorry, Mr. Knudsen, I actively disagree with you.
Okay.
I went through the law with fine tooth comb. And if you look on the second page I gave you, the bottom paragraph, Yellowstone County did not implement a 3% tax. The city of Bellings did. The city of Bellings is getting a 3% tax from all the dispensaries within their city limits.
That's because they're a charter government and we are not. Our city of Hardin's not a charter government. So we live within the general powers section of the Constitution. If we were a charter government like the city of Billings, then we'd be a self-governing city. And then the doors would be open for more tax opportunities. It's actually why I think the Local Government Study Commission concluded the way they did, and that'll be on the ballot in November. But that's the difference between Billings and Hardin is that, I mean, they have a public safety levy. City of Hardin can't do that. We don't have that authority. So,
But you guys do have the authority to have a city council and to allow dispensaries. And the state is stating that cities can do is this a city? Is Hardin a city or not?
We're talking about taxes here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Again, I'm not taking a position on whether they're going to increase the amount of dispensaries. I just want the community to know we cannot increase taxes because we're not a self-governing charter government. We're a general powers government, which means the powers we are granted are only those that are statutorily authorized. Versus City of Billings being a self-governing, it's actually the inverse. As long as it's not prohibited, then they can. So they can pass levies and they can do a little taxing here and there and stuff like that.
And it's not just Billings, there's also a list in there of the cities that have implemented the 3% tax option. And then in the state, it states that if the county and the city both have the 3% tax option, then the ones outside city limits goes to the county, the ones in the city limits goes to the city. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Jose?
So I'm gonna have to say I agree to bring another dispensary here instead of keep seeing all these empty buildings. That's what's being tagged up, is empty buildings. I manage one of the empty buildings in Hardin, which is the Vacant Areas. And every summer it gets tagged up. This time the crook actually put their names on it. So that's how dumb these crooks are. So to knock it and say, oh, we don't need it, well, nothing else is coming in our town. Nobody else is buying these empty buildings and putting something there. If Bloom wants to buy a building and put a dispensary here, we should allow it. They're paying for the building. They're paying for whatever needs to be done. The security is there. It's uptight. You can't do nothing. A crook can't do nothing to a marijuana dispensary. They can't. They're caught on camera. Those cameras are very strict. The dispensaries are under state laws. They have to follow the laws better than anybody else in this town. I mean, look, some of these places, they're hoarding outside on the sidewalks. Well, we don't say nothing about that, but we want to knock because it's marijuana. Well, guess what? Before my time in '83, marijuana was here. Before you guys' time, marijuana was here. So why knock it? Just because you guys might not do it, there's plenty of customers that goes to Bloom or to the other I don't know about the other dispensary, but that's the one across the bridge that sells the mushrooms. But we allow that, right?
It's not inside the city.
Exactly, but we still allow it. We don't have no authority to it. But what I'm saying is we allow those customers to come back into Hardin, right? And then that buys it.
Yeah, I'm not
So
sure.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so to knock it, to say no, or to whatever your decision is tonight, you got to look at it. It's making money. It's a business. It's not something that's just going to be here 24 hours or 48 hours and it's gone. That business is going to be here until it's out of business. And that's where I stand to say yes.
Thanks, Jose. He had his hand up back here, and then I'll, yeah.
Good evening, Mayor Ramsey, Council. My name is David R. Blaine. I just want to put out here that no matter how much you say yes or no, there's always going to be a problem with it. There's kids underage that are 21, under 21, still consuming this stuff. You know, I'm no better than they are because I've used to consume that years ago too. The one thing that I don't like is there's always trash all over the damn place that say Blooms on it, 510 or whatever that's called up there, 410. There's whatever, it don't matter. The trash is all over the place, and then they talk about sponsorships. I don't know how many times I put in letters for sponsorships. I got denied there and never heard nothing from here. So there's this facade of this is a good business. We take care of the community. This and that, this and that. How many kids have been arrested for marijuana
I couldn't give you an accurate number on that.
this year?
I couldn't give you an accurate number
You
on
got
that.
something, a ballpark.
Like I said, I couldn't give you an accurate number on that. Probably, I mean, it's up there. For sure.
It's up there. Who flips the bill for that? The parents. Okay, so you don't see Blooms or anything creating some kind of treatment program for these children to go to or pay for that, to pay this money that you get from these establishments. Go to your streets, yes, go to this, go to that, but that's only a little bit of money that you guys all split up. But then you gotta realize too that we got a big problem with it in the first place. Way before Blooms was here, way before the one up there, way before Bellings opened up. So I'm not sitting here telling you that I'm for it or I'm against it, but I would just like you guys to stop, pause, throw it back on the table, look over the pros and cons of what's going on here, because we do have youth out there still consuming it. And then maybe there should be a system to where when there is a child that's underage that gets caught with something, that the people in that area should get fined. Maybe Bloom should get fined, maybe whatever else should get fined for a child getting caught with this stuff. You're not gonna stop these younger ones from consuming it, getting a hold of it. Doesn't matter, liquor, alcohol, these shrooms, whatever. But in the end, what happens to the children? In the end, what happens to them? There's no treatment center here for them. So I'm just sitting here, I'm not gonna oppose or deny or whatever you guys are doing here. I just would like you guys to push this a little further and think about it twice again, because we're talking about children here. All right, it's not about the consumer, it's not about a business, it's not about making the streets look better, it's about children that are gonna get lost in addiction. So that's just my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I just wanted to state again, like what Mr. Blaine said, thank you very much for that. I was gonna go off of him and say, Blooms and all of them have stated that they'd come back and do sponsorships and give things back to our community and stuff like that. I have not seen a one since any of them have been in our community. Not a one.
Should we talk now?
Yeah.
I have seen Bloom sponsored because I'm one of the persons that had a youth basketball team, and we sponsored every single time, and we would talk about going to Vegas, everywhere, and he'd pay entrance fees, hotels. So I do know they do.
Thank you for that.
And I would like to say that I haven't heard tonight is medical marijuana. There is a benefit for medical marijuana. People, it's not just kids using it, adults are using it. And you're talking about marijuana getting stronger over the years. So has alcohol. You can go to Town Pump and buy a Buzzball, 15%. And then nobody's complaining about that, but every time, like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, every single time somebody gets a beer or a wine license, we approve it. The new one goes up in town. New one goes up in town. That's the problem.
We don't approve them.
We do approve them, Steve.
The state took it out of our hands.
That's why it comes over here and we have to approve it. Yes.
Still goes through there.
Yes. Like, and they keep coming, but that's the problem is alcohol and not so much marijuana. I do know that people can get addicted to that, but you can get addicted to McDonald's. Kids can get addicted to McDonald's. Kids can get addicted to anything. I mean, anything's bad. Water could be bad.
Did you vote against the last alcohol bill? The last alcohol?
No, because it wouldn't matter because we had to approve it.
We had no choice.
We can't. Yes, we have no choice.
Right.
When this first came, I was against weed. I was against weed because the community said no. And I think it was Pastor Cole Chrisman came back and he says, "You're not going to beat weed. You're not going to beat it. You guys stop I'm for it, I was against it, I'm for it, and that's when I changed my decision, because he's right. It's here, it's not going anywhere. You might as well try to benefit from it. And I do think having a third one where it wants to be is better than having it go up there or out there for the older people.
I will say something about Pastor Cole Kirschman. I don't believe that he's for it because he called me and distinctly told me that he's completely against it.
Open your mouth.
Got the microphone.
I was just gonna say that he brought up Pastor Cole Kirschman's name, that he's for it. Before the meeting, he called me concerned that there could be a third one, and he was completely against it. I just wanted to make that clear. I don't know if I had a right to say that, but he did call me directly.
I'd like to make one more comment. It's been mentioned now, I think we all know the problem is alcohol. I've lost a lot of family to alcohol. We have bad things happen with alcohol all the time. But it's still here. It's not going anywhere. It's now at the dollar store. It's everywhere. But what did we do with alcohol? We let the market decide. You guys decided to let everyone in and let the market decide. What bar is going to stay open? The ones who serve people the best, who have the best option, who have the cheapest beer, whatever it is. Some bars stick around, some go out of business, some sell. You guys approve them and you let the market decide. That creates competition for better business, better serving the people in the community and the people that come through town. I think allowing a third one to be where they want to be in a professional place would let the market decide. Allowing a third one's not going to put a bunch of weed in a bunch of kids' hands. It's just not. Right now, the problem's alcohol. Right outside the corner, there's a half gallon of alcohol glass bottle. Driving through town, there's drunks all over the street. People aren't even allowed to walk around and smoke weed in public. It's highly regulated. And just let the market decide. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Regarding what they say about the alcohol, yes, alcohol is a problem in our community. I did my research also. Regarding that, the state of Montana does not regulate how many businesses in the state are in our community that can sell alcohol. So, Family Dollar, when they wanted to have alcohol, we did not have the right to deny them because the state of Montana does not give us that right to deny them on that.
You said it was approved through this.
It did. Well, it has to get approved no matter what. No matter what.
Beer and wine is allowed anywhere. We could have 20 beer and wine businesses. Larry can go ahead and open up a beer and wine. We cannot deny it. It is state regulated. I talked to that person specifically. I said, that is disgusting. If they can regulate how many businesses can go ahead and get their main liquor license, that's controlled. Alcohol and wine is not controlled in our community. Marijuana, as you guys as members, you guys have the right to vote how many is going to be allowed in our community.
Until the state takes
it away from us. Thank you.
Yep. Why not?
Yes. She's right. I agree. No?
Okay, sorry.
Yes? Oh, I didn't.
It's all right, go ahead. You'll be next.
I won't talk long. She's right. That's the only thing I'm here for, is to say that this town is too small to have another marijuana, store. Now, marijuana, I voted every time it went through, I voted yes for years, because it does have its benefits. Like Mr. Espinosa said, it does. I've got cancer, but I don't smoke it or do anything with it because I did my share back in the 60s and 70s. And this stuff, now my son says, Mom, it's really different than what you're used to. And he said it's stronger. And even though he thinks I should, try it, no. And I'm not a drinker. Maybe a cold beer on a hot day. But This town is too small to have any more. We've got what, 3, 4?
Two. Not in the city.
No, we got one down there at the fireworks, sitting right off the road.
That's still within a mile though, isn't it?
Yes.
We can't, or.
Next exit.
We couldn't even vote on that.
Our boundary
That's
doesn't
the
go
county
into it.
commissioners and Crow
That one needs to
Tribe.
be shut down. The tribe didn't approve.
Okay, but we're not gonna decide, we're not here to decide what businesses are not running properly, what needs to be shut down. We're here to decide this ordinance. But I appreciate you speaking.
Yeah, that's, hi. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, haven't seen it in a long time. Thank you,
That's just my 10 cents.
thank you.
Instead of 2, it's 10.
You bet.
So, okay.
Well,
No, you gotta do 10. Prices have gone up.
okay, let's pay attention to who's speaking.
I'm against it. 2 is enough.
Steve.
And if you want a joint, you're gonna go to one or the other. We don't need a third one. You talk about tourism, what are you gonna do? Put a billboard up out there? Come get high with us?
Out for on the corner down there by the end.
Good Lord. If we're not making much revenue off it, I don't see any sense in it. We've got 2, people are going to them, they know where they're at, let them go to them. Thank you.
Thank you. So any other public comment? Yes. Go ahead, Chris.
Carol, that's fine.
Okay.
I thought they were in the city limits.
No.
Bloom is.
Just outside.
No, they're out.
Just outside, yeah.
Oh.
Right on the edge of the city.
What you got, Chris?
So I guess if I may, I was looking around, I mean, just restrictions or which towns or how different towns have regulated it. And different towns have done medical, I mean, there's all different ways. Like, I think it's, Lewistown is medical only. Billings, it's like a number like us. I think it's what I read, it said Billings only allows 8. We do 2, other people don't have caps. I mean, it's all regulated different. And then, I mean, on every one I was reading, it brought up House Bill 27, or Senate Bill 27. So I kind of dove into that, and Senate Bill 27 says there's a freeze on any new licenses for medical marijuana, or putting new businesses up until July 1st of 2027. So with us, I mean, this can still get discussed and change it, but from what I read for Senate Bill 27 is that there can't be anything put in until, it can be transferred, but it can't be a new business put in.
In addition.
Is that just on the marijuana?
Is that what you read too, Jordan?
Yeah, that's correct. There'll be, it says the department shall not accept any more applications after July 1st, 2025, and they can start accepting applications again July 1st, 2027. That's new applicants. And like council member said, that doesn't prohibit an existing license holder moving their business to another location. They don't get to expand. They don't get to keep their old spot and then start a new spot. But if they want to pick up their business from Billings and go to Hardin or to Glendive or whatever jurisdiction allowed it in the election, they can pick up that license and move it.
So even if they had an existing license and just wanted to come here, is that against this? That's a new business,
No,
right?
Senate Bill 27 does allow that.
Okay.
One more comment. Yeah, as was stated, I just want to remind everybody, there's currently not a dispensary in Hardin city limits. There are none. And because of that, I believe the city is not getting their taxes. And beer is, weed's kind of like beer now. You can go in, you can get a beer, you can get something really strong like a shot. You can, whatever the person wants to buy, the options are there. They can get something a little less or a little more strong. And yeah, currently there's 2 dispensaries in the area. There's none in Hardin city limits. And the city of Hardin is not benefiting from the taxes because of that. Thank you.
Cody, I want to ask you a question. If we're going to open it up, why not open it up? You're saying the more the better, the more competition, the lower the prices. So why say 3? Why not just say unlimited?
I would love for you guys to do that. I thought 3 would be more of a easier push, but if you opened it up, it would give the opportunity for someone like myself, or my dream is to own one and bring it here myself and not being an employee. But
it sounds like you can't even get a license through the state.
Till next year.
Montana citizens can purchase one, and they are on the sale, and that's my dream. This is what I do. My dream is to own one personally. I would hope Hardin would look into that and give the opportunity for people that don't have millions of dollars to get into this industry.
Cody, can I ask you a couple? Is this, I guess, is the dream to be, you have this last spot, I guess, is that have the 3rd spot, or would Bloom put another spot in town?
I don't know what Bloom would do. I'm no longer with Bloom. I have been employed with them for several months. I'm currently with a new company who is much smaller than Bloom, who is owned by people who live in the state of Montana, and who I feel good about, who I feel would, and I know would donate to the community. I know we actually have a $25,000 reserve to donate to the community. And we do that for every community that we get into, just to say thank you to the community for allowing us to be here.
Jordan, can you look into this deeper to find out if a new license can be obtained?
I'm looking at it right now.
You have a license already, right? Or you need to get one?
I work for a company. They have the license. I'm a partner.
So it already exists?
Yes.
So this doesn't go against you?
Yes.
But they would be willing to move that license into our jurisdiction and not apply for a new one? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. The way a lot of this works is they're tiered up. So dispensaries, as they tier up, it comes with multiple licenses, and they have to fill those up to sell a certain amount of product to tier up again. So the company I'm currently with, they have an unused dispensary license that they're looking to open up in the state.
Thank you.
Riley, I have a couple questions for you. Drew, I know that I've asked you this before, but from a financial standpoint, how much did we get the last time we got taxes, like for the whole course of the year?
It was about $12,000.
So out of $12,000, he just said that the amount of sales that they had last year in Bighorn County was $5.4 million worth of sales, and Hardin, the city of Hardin, got $12,000 of that. So that sounds pretty much like the highest grossing, probably business pretty much in Hardin, pretty close to there, if not the highest grossing business. And with that, I'm just kind of amazed that out of $5.4 million in sales, we only got $12,000. That doesn't really seem like too much of a benefit. Why haven't these businesses did more if they have grossed that much, or if they are bringing in that much revenue? Why haven't they did more with the communities? I understand that he says that if they come in, they're going to give the community $25,000 to do stuff. Well, that's a promise. Well, what about where's the $25,000 or more out of the $5.4 million that's already have been sold? Marijuana sales have been sold in the last year. Where's that extra money? I mean, I don't see any contribution at all. And like they said with tourism, why would that increase the tourism for Hardin, Montana?
I don't want to be known as.
Bog Charge Fireworks does.
They sell fireworks.
Yeah, and they bring the tourism here, and they come to McDonald's, and they come. People come from all over.
Because they're unregulated.
Yeah, you're on council.
The only question I guess I've got is anybody in here have a family member who has died of cancer?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yes.
Of those that have died of cancer, did any of them use marijuana or any derivatives of, like THC, capsules or caplets? Me personally, yes. And my stepfather was dying of cancer and was down to, about 90 pounds. and he was a big man, he was as big as me. And the only thing, he took tinctures of THC, and then he got an appetite back, and he got up to about 135 when he finally died, but it was a miserable way to go.
Is there an availability for the people that are cancer patients or need it for pain relief? Is there the availability in Hardin, Montana to get marijuana?
They can get it from a dispensary, right? Medically.
Yes.
But not in Hardin, no. They would have to either go to Bloom's or out there.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But it's no difference.
Our area,
And I don't know
meant,
that
yeah.
it makes a difference if you're going to a storefront on the south side of town, middle of town, or the outside of town. Personally, if I had to choose between Bloom or the one out in the country, and perhaps going to Billings and buying, I'd probably go to Billings. Just due to the looks of the building.
But you're going to where you want to get it.
That's
Yeah, is what.
You can go
You're
anywhere
gonna
to
go
get it.
anywhere, you're gonna go get
You
it.
can go get it anywhere you want.
Just because there's not an extra store to
Well,
go
why,
walk in.
why limit the community members? We're only there and there.
That's
They're open
my
all day,
personal
you got plenty of time.
If you drove down 312, you want an old person to drive down.
Their grandkids.
Comment on the tourism. It would help tourism. Because on this highway all the way to Wyoming, where cannabis is illegal, all the way down to Sheridan, there's no dispensaries. These dispensaries sell so much because more than 50% of the people coming into these dispensaries are people coming from out of state. They come out from out of state, they gotta go to gas stations, they get hungry, they go to restaurants. But you know what? The two dispensaries that are available here, I would drive by and go to Billings. Why would they stop? Why would they come here? Why come and stop in a porta potty?
Isn't that kind of illegal for them to be buying pot and then transporting it across the state line where it's not legal?
I don't know if they use it here, I don't know if they take it home, I don't know if they're going on vacation, but it's bringing people into the state.
I guess it'd be no different than buying alcohol and taking it to the res. It happens.
Or fireworks.
Yes.
I think we got one more public comment, and then we're gonna have to move on. Lori has got the floor.
As
and
a landlord, I watch my tenants spend their money on marijuana before they even pay their rent. As a landlord, I have to clean them up and smell it, and it's disgusting to me. It does a lot of damage to our rentals. I don't like to go to Billings anymore because when I drive in, I see all these buildings, that are all gobbledygooked up with stuff that looks like what people would see if they were high, or the colors, and that's not what Billings is anymore. Billings is morphied into something that is not even worth going to, and people don't want to be there anymore. I don't believe we need a third one in town, and I do not want one coming in off the interstate. We have an opportunity, as I've said more than once, to learn from the mistakes of other communities and mold and shape our community the way we need it to be. If people need marijuana, they've already got 2 places to buy it here. And a lot of people go to Billings anyway. It doesn't make a difference.
Thank you, Lori. Does council have anything further? No, we're gonna close this. Okay, we're gonna close this.
I do. I have further things.
Go for it.
Yeah. To answer Jeremy's question is why Bloom, I don't think is donating anything 312, because I think Bloom was already existing before this started. And it's no different, at least he's here saying, and I know he'd go with his word, but didn't Love say they would donate some stuff to City of Hardin?
Mm-hmm.
And I've never seen anything.
Not a dime.
Yeah, at least.
So I can't take a word off of any of them.
I can with when Bloom used to be owned by him, I can say that. So I do know that he would donate to the community.
So I would say then that would be, as for you guys, as our chair people, is to get a hold of Luz and ask why they ain't donating and start asking them for their donations.
I believe they have in the past.
We can't say that we demand donations.
Yeah, I don't think we're here tonight to discuss who we can demand donations from. And I don't think we can future plan donations anyway. That's a moot point, I'm sorry.
Can I get a closing statement here? So I'd like to say that, in AJ's point to where he is saying that alcohol is already available, right? It's everywhere. It's already a problem. If marijuana's gonna blow up to be this, it's here, let's keep it regulated for now. And not let it blow up and turn into what the monster alcohol has turned into, I guess. If it's here, people can already go and get it. They're gonna go find it. They're gonna find the nearest one or the one they like, whether it's Billings or here or wherever. I guess I would just like to keep it at 2 for now. I mean, we can still table this discussion, have it again in another meeting if we haven't made any action on it.
Council can vote on it or table it, but it's coming up in the agenda. We're not voting on it in the committee.
Well, yeah, I mean, just vote on whether we table it.
Absolutely.
Does it have, we have to vote on it to move it out of committee, don't we?
Yes.
Not technically. What I think committee can do is make a recommendation. It's not like legislature where a bill can get stuck in a committee. That's not the structure here. What I would ask for the committee is to decide, the committee members, of a recommendation for action or a recommendation to table or something like that. Make that, have a committee vote on that. And then that committee would present that to the regular city council meeting.
You like to just shut it down?
I would not like to shut down. I don't. I mean, even if you vote no, you're not gonna stop the addiction. You're not. It's not gonna stop.
No, they're gonna get it in.
Yeah, and they're getting it from 2 crafty places.
Who's on the committee?
It's just me, Steve, and AJ. So you wanna?
I would rather like to see the city of Hardin vote on something that has some health benefits. Some sort of something. I mean, we're, like he said, cancer. We like, oh well, you guys have cancer. It's like, it kind of shows that we, like, we'll allow, like I said, we have no say in it, but we'll allow alcohol, which is destroying families, which is, you walk outside, you see beers, trash, worse than you do weed, but we won't approve something that has some kind of health benefit.
So the question is,
you would like to table it?
Yeah.
I mean, if we don't
Either table it or vote yes.
I would like to table it.
Marijuana does.
you'd like to table and wait, just to wait on the decision?
Have a longer discussion.
Yeah, I don't want to
like to
table it.
table it.
No.
Tabling does
No,
not.
table
Yeah,
it.
do
anything. I would like to push this forward and do a vote on
Say
it.
vote yes or no.
Yeah.
You're in favor of letting it come to a vote tonight?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Would you
I
like?
want to table it, Chris wants to table it.
I want to vote to approve the 3rd
I don't.
and put it to a vote.
If I'm forced to vote tonight, it's gonna be a no.
Well, whether it gets tabled or not, Steve, that's your decision. You're not
That's
gonna
gonna
change
be
it. So it
my
doesn't matter.
decision.
You're just prolonging it down the road. I would like to either we do it or we don't. Don't drink this on.
We've heard a lot of public comment tonight. My opinion, which I don't get to decide this unless it's a 3-3 vote. My opinion as mayor is I think we should put it to a vote. I agree with AJ. Put it to a vote. But that's my opinion. That's, you guys have to decide whether we move forward with it and vote on it in our council
We can
meeting.
bring it up for council.
Bring it to a vote.
We'll bring it.
So, right? Am I right, Jordan?
I have not technically drafted an ordinance. So what we have is proposal for the ordinance. So what I would request is either from the committee or council to send me the charge of, here are the amendments we want. And I purposely didn't draft amendments because I didn't know where we'd end up. I didn't know if it was going to be, we're going to allow 3, we're going to allow 10, we're going to allow them in the city limits now, we're not going to allow them in the city limits. The hours are in there, so there were so many variables. We can't technically vote tonight to amend the ordinance. So my recommendation is for council to have a motion of some kind to make a recommendation to city council. And then city council in the council meeting can direct me, go ahead and draft the ordinance, and we'll draft the ordinance in this way, and we'll put it on the next city council meeting for a formal vote.
So right now from the committee, you just want us to give it to you? Is that be a motion?
I would say the committee needs to vote on a recommendation.
Well, I recommend that we approve a 3rd one.
But that's not, he's saying to approve whether it goes to city council as a meeting, not
No,
like
it got to
out
go
of
to Jordan
committee.
first, so he can type up something then.
I mean, there's no real specific rules on it of exactly the process of leaving the committee. I think one way or the other, a motion from committee members of what the next action is. Now, the committee can then present at the regular city council meeting when this closes, and the regular city council can take that recommendation and go with it, or refuse it and say, no, we're going to do something different. So that would be my preference, is the committee put forward a motion, just the 3 committee members vote. That recommendation is then presented at the regular city council meeting, which follows this. And then general city council can tell me, yes, draft the ordinance, or don't. And then we go from there.
So you can, then at that point, in our meeting, which we're late getting started on, they can vote yea or nay to move forward. And then we'd still have to have an official vote with the ordinance that you actually draft.
Correct.
But they could still approve or deny in favor or against, correct? In this
Not
coming
formally,
meeting.
no. It
Okay.
would not be legally binding. No, we'd have to present an ordinance to the public and get it on our agenda before it would have any legal binding.
Okay.
So I would like to make the motion or to push it forward to city council
I'd like
tonight.
to deny that motion.
There's only 3 of us. I mean,
Well, that's what I'm saying, is that's what I wanted to do.
Well, we've heard that, so you two better speak up. What do you want to do?
I want to deny it.
And he wants it, so you're the
Do you-
third member.
I mean, we can bring it to council as 3, and then we can discuss with them.
So it's gonna go to council.
Go to council as 3.
Okay. All right, it's going to go to council for the discussion, and you guys can make a recommendation what you want to do. We're going to close this meeting right now and open up the regular city council meeting. It is 6:45. Let's stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks. Okay, roll call. The mayor's here, Stephen Hopes.
Here.
George Twain. Oh, sorry. George, roll call. George Twain, he's here. Clayton Greer.
Here.
Jeremy Krebs.
Here.
Chris Sharp.
Here.
AJ Espinoza.
Here.
Okay, and council meeting minutes of May 19th, 2026. Any further corrections or changes on that?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned and seconded to approve city council meeting minutes of May 19th, 2026. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay. Anything okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to do a revote
Yes.
What's that?
on that, Mayor, please?
Oh, were you, okay, yeah, let's read, okay, so it's been moved and seconded to approve the council meeting minutes of May 19th, 2026. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign? Abstained, you abstained? Okay. Thank you, sorry, I didn't,
Who was that abstained? I did not get that.
Chris.
Oh, you got it, Chris. Thank you.
I was out of town.
You got
okay.
it.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Okay, and then we'll move on to sewer and water committee meeting on 5/19/2026.
I move to.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the sewer and water meeting on May 19th, 26. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay, and then law enforcement committee on March 3rd, 2026. We need to go back and approve that one. Any additions or corrections to that?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, and moved and seconded to approve the council, or the law enforcement committee meeting, March 3rd, 2026. Any further discussion? Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay. Motion carries. And then claims.
Make a motion to approve claims 33752 to 33877. Total dollar amount $449,138.29.
Is there a second to that?
Second that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve claims number 33752 to 33877, the amount of $449,138.29. Any further discussion? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Okay, public comment for agenda items tonight.
Good evening. I'm here to discuss about interim police chief wage. I'm sorry to tell you, I used to be on board with city police, bringing it to our town. But after hearing how many officers are leaving, how many interns we keep approving on wages, how many police chiefs we have gone through in this city, I have to deny it. I have to say I am against city police being here. I think we need to go back to county and only let county, the real people that actually work 24/7, that actually do their job, that actually locks up criminals and don't let them get out and do the same thing again. our interim officer now has only been on our police department for approximately, what, 2 years? If that. Probably the youngest officer in the police force right now, in Hardin, correct? As our deputy, right?
You are correct.
Thank you. And also, we don't get 24 hours service like we were promised when we brought this department here. I'm not here to lecture, I'm here to just discuss it. And so my discussion, stop rushing and hiring any deputy that comes out of our city police department to be our chief. They're not chiefs. They're not. They didn't get qualified to be a police chief. They got qualified through the Montana Academy as a police officer. You have to go and get qualified to be a chief. You don't just come into an office and say, I'm the chief. It's sad to hear that Chief George told where he's at, he's been on the police force for 22 years. He's only a year older than my wife. My wife is 32 years old. You do the math. He lied to us. Let's be truthful. He lied to us. He promised us all this, that he's going to make our police department so good that we believed him. We got a K-9, and what happened?
I got a quick question on that. So why are we looking in the past on things?
Well,
That's what I wanna
because
know.
you want to know? It's because this. We don't get 24/7 service.
Yeah.
We barely get service now. You keep losing all your officers.
Okay.
That's why. I have 7 kids that should be safe in this town. And before city police came, they were safe. Because you know why? We only had to dial 3 numbers, 911, and guess what? Deputies came. And if, unfortunately, sometimes our deputies weren't in our town, they still came to the 911 scene. If it wasn't a severe emergency, they got there still in a qualifying time. We get 24/7 service by them. On the grace of God, we ain't being charged by the county yet. So that's why I'm against city police. You guys live in buildings. You're probably the only one right now that probably lives in Hardin, hopefully.
No, I don't live in Hardin, actually.
Well, that's another reason why I'm against it. And that's why I'm against it. You guys don't live in Hardin. So if we did have an emergency under city limits, guess who we still call? County. Because county will back us up.
Short-handed as well.
Yeah.
I get that, but it's my turn to talk.
Jose, your turn is ending though right now. because
Exactly,
we got a lot of time left. We don't
Well,
have a
I
lot of
understand
time.
that, but
I will tell you that
I'm gonna say I'm against it, and we need to dissolve.
you have mentioned a lot of previous things, and
Well, it still keeps happening.
I
It's
will-
still better to go backwards so you learn how to do it forward.
Exactly, I mean, how long does it take?
The way I see it.
How long does it take before city police is liable for a situation under city limits?
Any other public comment?
You guys keep agreeing to have it, but guess what?
I think it's Mark Coons. And every time I come to a meeting, I think I'm gonna sit back there and keep my mouth shut. And then something said, and there I am. Jose, remember how bad the crime was before
I
the
get
police
that, but
department?
look how bad it is now.
Not near as bad as it was before the Hardin Police Department
I get
came
that.
in. Not near as bad. Yeah. The
City police
dispatch.
is a joke.
We're not gonna have an argument. This is his time to speak, Jose.
Okay, but you
And
guys,
then-
you didn't let me get my full time. You guys let people interrupt.
I'm timing it right now.
And
BS.
Cody, as far as you're saying that your partners have one more license, last week you were saying you were also checking Miles City to see if you could put a store in Miles City. So if you're not able to use that license here, you're still able to use it possibly in Miles City if they agree to it.
We got a license for Miles City. It's right outside city limits. Hardin is the only city in the state that has the 1 mile buffer to go
Okay,
away.
then I was wrong.
It's really hard.
I assumed that that license could be used at either place, but you already have one for Miles City. You're just trying to get one for Hardin.
Actually,
Thank you
already
for the
have one.
verification. And for those of you that weren't here last week, or 2 weeks ago, I had asked Cody why he wasn't with Bloom, and he said that we worked with them they started doing, the people you worked with sold it. The new people that bought it, you had a disagreement in their philosophy of how they ran business.
Yes, sir.
So he no longer wanted to be associated with Blooms with the current owners. So I just wanted to throw that out there also. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. And I apologize, I gotta correct something I said. I didn't announce anything about timing, so I wasn't actually timing you either. I haven't started timing, so we're trying to, you know, keep it moving. Keep it moving, yeah.
Just these opening, let's
Well, if we feel like we're gonna have a lot of public comment, you know, I usually would limit it to 3, but I should announce that. So that's my bad. Any other public comment for agenda items? Okay.
Are we still on the marijuana one?
It's on the agenda, technically.
It is on the agenda.
Thank you.
So technically she could speak.
Yeah, I mean, if you have something to say about that,
It's about.
it's it's on the agenda still.
Okay, it's about the 12,000 that we're bringing in from
Sales.
sales. I'm sorry, I have brain fog. So you can make money on that 12,000. Watch the stock market on cannabis. I have family members that invest and they're doing good. If I had money, I would, but so that's how you can build that 12,000 up. Watch Bloomberg, watch that bottom line along.
I don't get the $12,000.
No.
We should invest.
We don't each get 12,000.
Yeah, it's a way to make the money go a little stretch more.
Any other public comment tonight? Thank you, Martha.
You're welcome.
Any other public comment? Okay, I'll move into Mayor's report. I do appreciate that our police they've been working pretty darn hard to get things rolling. I realize we've had resignations, and we've gone through quite a bit, and there's not just 100% knowledge everywhere, and but there's stuff that has to be dealt with personnel wise, and I just want you guys to know that been trying to do the best we can do to keep it rolling, and I think we have a really bright future actually. I'm not going to go much deeper than that, but I also want to say I appreciate our guys working hardcore to get this sewer stuff figured out. Michael's been doing some pretty quick stuff, getting approvals and all this stuff. You can't just go out here and start digging. You got to have traffic. You got to have all this stuff. He's going to speak on that later, but he's got our guys out, and they're doing a ton out there. They're pulling late nights and early mornings, and to keep our basements from backing up with sewer. And I think we've got a pretty decent plan. So that's it for my mayor's report.
I'm not too sure when to bring this up, if I bring it in law enforcement, but since you're talking to the mayor, because I do have a question about cops. We had one chief resign, 2 officers resign, all within like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is going on in the department? Like soon we're not going to have a department and anyone to patrol. Like,
I realize that's how it looks.
Yeah, I mean it's
absolutely
it's crazy.
Yeah, and
Well,
I think
sometimes you have officers that are more loyal to their chief than they are to their city and job. And I think that's what we're experiencing now. Is they are more loyal to their ex-boss than they are to us as a city. And I think you're going to have that attrition. We saw when Babin left, some of his officers left because they wanted to be here working under him. So I don't care who was chief. When that chief leaves, people who are under him who wanted to work with his leadership may leave. We have a very small department. So 2 of those officers leaving makes a huge effect on our community, but it's a small number. 2.
Yeah, you've seen it at the county.
I do.
When you took over, how many walked out?
Well, I mean, that's just within 2 months though, and I understand what you're saying, chief, but it's all word if they went with him. You know,
without getting too deep into personnel, I really appreciate what George just said because it summarizes a few things. Any other public? Well, sorry, we're moving on from my mayor's report. We got personnel committee, so I've got nothing for the city policy manual right this minute. We're gonna move it to sewer and water
Can I ask a
and
question
streets and alleys. Oh, sure.
About the police, so these policemen that are leaving, do they still have to pay us back for sending them to the academy?
So the ones that had just left they were not paid for the academy. They came with a certification. The two recent ones.
Oh, so we didn't send them to the academy?
No.
Okay.
What happened to the dog?
Missed a lot of meetings.
That's not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably come ask me sometime.
Okay,
Um,
maybe I don't want to.
Steve for sewer and water, and then go ahead.